Cathy Speaker, author of The Road Home, illustrated by Rosteck. My inspiration came from my daughters as they became young adults and began going out into the world on their own. My story begins with a mama rabbit sitting under a tree watching her child at play and realizing how quickly her child had grown. Suddenly the child begins to wonder who will take care of her, keep her safe and warm when she's out in the world on her own. And what this story teaches us that we're always connected to the people we love, and that no matter where life takes us, that path will always bring us home again. Let's begin the book. One sunny afternoon, while Mama watched her child at play, she thought about how quickly she had grown. The tiny baby Mama had held in her arms was now so tall and strong. Suddenly, the child looked over at Mama, wondering what made Mama look so sad. The child ran over to Mama, who was sitting under a tall tree. Looking up into the branches of the tree in a small voice, the child asked, "Mama, who will love me when I grow tall like the trees?" "I will," answered Mama with a smile. Just then, a gust of wind whirled through the branches of the tree, carrying a leaf away. The child looked at Mama and asked, "What if the wind carries me far away? What if the wind takes me high up into the mountains? Who will shelter me from the wind? How will I find my way home?" "Well," said Mama, "if the wind takes you high into the mountains, you only have to look down from the mountaintop and the road home will be right in front of you." There she is, spinning around, going over the mountaintop. "Will you be there too?" asked the child. "Yes," said Mama. "You will hear me when the leaves rustle gently in the trees." The child thought about this for a moment and then asked, "How will you keep me safe and warm if I'm so far away?" Look at the funny faces on the trees. "When the wind blows, if you listen carefully, you will hear my lullaby," replied Mama. The child listened, and soon she began to hear the familiar song that made her feel safe and warm. And there's Mama's lullaby going through the trees. "But Mama, will I see you?" asked the child. "If you look closely at the sky, you will see my face in the clouds," said Mama. And there's Mama up in the clouds, and I love this little guy. The moon had replaced the warm afternoon sun. The night air was turning cool. The child slid closer to Mama. With a shiver, she asked, "Who will keep me warm when the night is cold?" Again with a smile, Mama said, "I will." Doesn't that look cold? "You will feel my touch as the wind blows gently through your hair. When the warm sunshine is on your face, you will feel me in your heart," Mama said. Mama took the child's hand in hers, and together they looked up to the sky. "Mama, will that star in the sky always lead me home?" asked the child. Mama thought for a long time and simply replied, "We will see." The child moved closer to Mama. "What if the wind carries me over the ocean and I land on the beach? How will I find the road home?" "Follow your footprints in the sand and they will lead you home," said Mama. "But Mama, will I feel your touch?" When the warm, salty ocean air blows across your cheeks, you will know that I am with you, said Mama. Look at the salty air. What if the wind takes me into the city? What if I become lost among the crowds of people? How will I find my way home? Asked the child. I am always with you, said Mama. But the buildings are so tall, I will not see the sky or feel the wind, said the child. Sometimes we have to look very hard, but if you walk just a little farther from the city, you will see the sky, said Mama. Will I feel the warmth of the sun? Asked the child. If you think of me, you will feel the warmth of my love, said Mama. Look how small she looks compared to the tall buildings, and there's the sun shining down on her to remind her of Mama's love. But there are so many roads. How will I know which one to take home? Asked the child. The road home sometimes is long and winding, but the path is always safe and familiar, replied Mama. Look how windy the road is, winding all the way up. The child looked up to the sky. There she saw Mama's face in the clouds. As the wind rustled through her hair, she felt Mama's touch. She really could feel Mama's love all around. Mama was looking a little sad again as the child asked, "Who will be with you at the end of a long day?" Mama just smiled, saying, "You will." "How?" asked the child. "You will always be here in my heart," said Mama. "Someday when you have seen all there is to see, you will hear my lullaby in the wind, and that same wind will carry you home, with that same star guiding the way." The child thought for a moment as Mama kissed her goodnight. Wrapping her arms around Mama's neck, she knew Mama would always be there, and the road home would always be close. The end.